Yo, what's up, everyone? This video we're looking at the 7-game preseason slate for tonight. I will be back later this evening, Friday evening, with my NFL final look. So keep an eye out for that. But we got 7 games today for preseason NBA, the biggest slate that we've had so far. We're getting into a lot of teams' third game, so hopefully we'll see a lot clearer minutes and a lot clearer rotation here in these games. So we got a lot to talk about. Let's get into it. Before we get started, you can drop a like and subscribe down below. If you're not subscribed, I'd appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. We'll be doing videos all throughout the NBA season. And let's get into it. Here at point guard, you got a lot of options at point guard. It's really, really deep. You got at the top, you got Luka, Ben Simmons, Lavine. You got Drew Holliday. The Pelicans in the past have played their starters a lot more at home. Just found that out based on a tweet that one of the beat writers said, and looked it up. It is pretty valid. So this is the only home game for the Pelicans, so I could see their starters play a lot in this one. So I like the Pelicans starters, even though the matchup's tough. They're at home, and the Jazz might not even play Rudy Gobert, who played in France. So we'll see if he hasn't played yet in the preseason. They might just hold him out and maybe play in one game, because he did get a lot of work in during the offseason. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to play Conley here. They don't really need him to play that much. He's also pretty up there. He's a veteran. I don't see him playing that a ton, even though the matchup's pretty good. I like Lonzo a lot at 6,000. You got Elfrid Payton at 58. He can definitely fill it up. And then Brogdon is really cheap at 5,400. The Pacers played their starters quite a bit in the first game against the Kings. Now they're back at home. I could see them play quite a bit here at 54 and facing this Bulls defense. Not very good. So yeah, those are kind of what I'm looking at point guard. I'm going to go ahead and get Ben Simmons in there here. Simmons looked really good in his first, it's not really a preseason game. He's basically playing against the Chinese here, but he still filled it up. He made his first ever 3, so he's got to feel good about that. And no Joel Embiid in this one. He's resting, so Ben Simmons should be able to eat. Last season without Embiid, he was a permanent monster. It's a little different this year with Horford still there and Josh Richardson, but I think Simmons is still going to eat here, and he's going to be able to fill up all areas of the stat sheet and flirt with a triple-double. I'm not expecting a triple-double, but probably 15 points, 6-7 rebounds, 6-7 assists, a couple block steals. That's all you need at 7,500. Shooting guard here, you got Luka, who played quite a bit, 28 minutes here. He's still playing at home against his Bucks. The matchup's a little tougher here. But he still can absolutely dominate. He took 18 shots, which is quite a bit. He only made 5 of 10 free throws, but he still was really good and aggressive there. He's not a bad play at all. Pay up for him if you want to. You got Zach Lavine at 71. I like him quite a bit. Already talked about Holliday. I like him. I love Brogdon here at 5,400, though. Brogdon looked really good in the first one, and he's only 5,400. He is a starting good point guard for the Pacers this year, and he's going to have the ball in his hands quite a bit. Last season with Milwaukee was, Bledsoe had the ball, Giannis had the ball. He wasn't really controlling the rock. This time he's going to have a lot better season in terms of assists, and we all know he can shoot the basketball. Shot 50% on the dot from the floor last season. Good player facing a pretty bad defense. I like Brogdon. At small forward, you got Giannis at 8,900 here. He's on the road this time. He's on the road in this one. But this Mavericks team, they got Kristaps, who we'll see if he might be matched up against Giannis. Kristaps will probably pull him away from the basket or try to on the when the Mavericks are on offense. But I think Giannis is still going to have a really good game. I mean, he's just such a good player at 8,900. Gordon is questionable. I'm not going to have interest in him. I think he might not play that much with the injury, and they might not even play at all with that injury. Isaac's been playing really well. His price tag is up there, but he's been just looking really good in preseason. Don't mind it, especially if Gordon sits. I'm loving TJ Warren here at only 5,500. He's really cheap. He's playing quite a bit in the first game, couple games against the Kings. And 55, he's pretty cheap and affordable. So I liking the Pacers a little bit today. Like the Pacers, like the Pelicans, like a few other teams, like the Stars. But TJ Warren at just 5,500, he's played really well in the first couple of games against the Kings, and I think Last season he wasn't bad he was actually pretty good with the Suns, and whenever he got playing time, they just didn't play him a lot in the beginning, and then by the time they did play him, it was kind of like too late. Their season was over. But he shot almost 43% from three, shot almost 50% from the floor. He can definitely shoot, and I like the spot here, and I like this Pacers team on the slate. Power forward, he's just going to pay up for Giannis. You can definitely pay up for Giannis, but you can also pay up for Zion. We know the minutes are going to be there. The first game at home in front of the home crowd, they're probably going to be tons of Zion jerseys out there. They might even, they're going to get a pretty big crowd here as to see Zion live. Expecting Zion to play a lot of minutes in this one. At 8,200, he can fill up the stat sheet. And without, if Gobert rests again, then he should have nobody really in the paint that can sway him with no more Derek Favors. He's on the opposite team. So like Zion at 82. At center, like I said, Embiid is out. See, not going to play Gobert. He didn't play yet in the preseason. Played with France in the FIFA World Cup, so they're not going to get him a ton of minutes. I like Drummond a lot at 74. He's looked pretty well, and we know he can get a double-double. He's also a pretty good defensive center, racking up blocks and steals. So he's viable. Kristaps is fine, too, at 72. He played a lot more than I thought he was going to play, 19 minutes, and he looked pretty solid. He took 18 shots, just like Luka Doncic. Those two are going to take a ton of shots. They're going to be pretty fun to stack during the regular season because almost the entire offense is going to roll through those two guys on the team. Then you got some other good plays here, like Randall, Turner, Markkanen, Bryant, Horford. If he plays a decent amount without Embiid, he's going to be the starting center. And that's kind of it. That's what I'm looking at center. At guard here, you got other good options. Already talked about the ones that I like Holliday, Lavine. Going to go back to Lonzo Ball. He's only 6,000. He's played quite a bit of minutes. He played 25, and then he only played 19 in the second game. But like I said, the Pelicans play their starters a lot more at home. People are going to be there to see Lonzo Ball play, to see Zion play. I'm going to try to get both of them in here just because I know they're going to play a decent amount of minutes. At least I'm looking at 25 to 30 minutes out of those two, at least in this one. And the other guys I like at forward, like I said, Isaac, I think he's fine if Gordon sits. Like Markkanen at 61, he's just a really good player. And he's a good player. Him and Zach LaVine is where the offense is going to come from the Bulls this season. Then you got some... The Knicks are dealing with a little bit of injuries. We'll see Knox. And Knox is questionable. But I kind of do like RJ Barrett a lot here. I think he's a guard play. But if you can play him at guard. RJ Barrett at 5,200 facing the Wizards. He played 39 minutes in a preseason game. We know how crazy the Knicks get with their rotations. Last season they played a couple guys played the entire second half. A couple guys played the entire game. Kevin Knox was thrown out there for 38 minutes, sometimes 38, 40 minutes. He played his rookie 39 minutes in the preseason game. Now at home to watch, the home crowd is there to watch RJ Barrett. If he's going to play 30 minutes again, that's not tough to make value at only 5,200. So liking RJ Barrett a lot, liking Lonzo, liking the Pacers a little bit, and liking the Pelicans. And that's kind of it. Maybe the Bulls a little bit, like Lavine and Markkanen stick out. But that's it for this breakdown. We'll see if there's any cheap value that we can look at here at forward, if there's anybody in that 4K range that really looks appealing. Not really seeing it so far. Maybe one of these two, Bacon maybe, because Nick Batum is out. He's only 4,100, and he's been starting. He's fine. Maybe Cornette. That's like a punt play, though, if you play a bunch of tournament lineups. So not a ton. Draftkings done a pretty good job of pricing up guys and making you pay up for them. Gordon Hayward's only 4,300. Don't think he's going to play a ton, though, but that's a pretty appealing price. The Magic are pretty good defensively. We found that out last season, so don't really love picking on them. Bridges at 44 is still really a solid play given that price tag. And that's kind of it. There's not a ton that I like at guard. Maybe from the Wizards, Rue here. First round pick, only 4,700 facing the Knicks. And see if there's any cheap guards that are looking appealing for this one. Like I said, Bacon, he looks fine. Not a ton either. Bacon, I like Reggie Jackson, only 4,200, just really cheap for Reggie Jackson, and the Pistons are playing their starters. Like last time out, their starters played a decent amount. That's too cheap for Reggie Jackson, so he makes for a nice value if you really need it. But yeah, Draftkings did a pretty good job of pricing people up. Now we're getting to the point of paying up for guys, so not a ton of value, but I think you can either make a balanced lineup or you can pay up for some studs and then just kind of hope for some of the value plays to get minutes that you play. I kind of like what I have here with got some studs with Simmons and Zion, and they got a bunch of value with Ball, Brogdon, Warren, Barrett, all with upside. So that's what I'm liking for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed. You can drop a like down below if you did, and you can comment anything in the comment section. Maybe let me know who your favorite play of the day is. But that's it. Thanks for watching, and good luck today.